families, creating a lifetime of memories. Sadly, some families are denied these important moments due to the sad practice of alienation. These are families divided.
Hello, I'm Elaine Cobb, founder and president of Family Access, Fighting for Children's Rights. I want to welcome you to our program, Families Divided. We are so happy to have the opportunity to be here on the Now television network, and we've prayed much about having other resources to be able to reach out to larger communities, even more than what we've been having with our Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights organization. We know there are many thousands, if not millions, of people who are going through problems in their home, which affect everyone, especially the children and the grandchildren. Families are being divided and torn apart. On this program, our goal is to educate and inform you about a worldwide epidemic affecting so many families: alienation. Alienation destroys and divides many families and affects family members many times in severe forms of abuse, especially the children and the grandchildren. We will explore the different types of alienation and resources to help you and your family if you're victims of this sad epidemic. We also will discuss the topic of estrangement, which is different from alienation, but also divides many families. We hope and pray as we have our weekly program, you will join us and tell others about us. We pray these programs and guest speakers can be an instrument in saving some family members from separating and dividing, as well as possibly bring others back together. And for those who will not reunite as a couple, that the children and grandchildren will be able to have access to both sides of their families. We also have an email address listed on the bottom of the screen for you to send your prayer requests, and know we will absolutely be praying for you and your families. Again, we hope you will join us weekly. Families being divided is not God's will. God bless.
Families Divided will return in a moment. Make sure to put May 20th through the 22nd on your calendar. Family Access, Fighting for Children's Rights, will present Using and Refining Interpersonal Skills at the Durham Marriott. This special symposium will feature world-renowned experts in the field of parental alienation, family counseling, and family law. Make plans to attend this special event May 20th through the 22nd in Durham, North Carolina. Find all the details by visiting familyaccess.info.
Divorce and co-parenting are a major life interruption for families, especially the kids, but also for parents and grandparents. And it's even worse in blame-filled, high-conflict cases. When parents engage in alienation by turning the kids against the other parent or grandparents, kids suffer. They're denied the opportunity to build the 4 big skills necessary for future resilience. New Ways for Families online class can help. Parents learn to use our popular BIF and EAR skills to calm the conflict and stop the hostile emails and texts. And we even have a class for kids and parents to learn together. Research shows a 75% improvement in joint parental decision-making after this course is taken, plus overall improvements for kids' well-being. Don't wait to make this affordable investment in your children's future and improve your well-being too. Start learning new ways for your family today at conflictplaybook.com.
Hi, and welcome to our very first segment of Families Divided. There's a situation that's happening in our churches around the world that's very important that you may not even be aware of, and that is parental alienation. Parental alienation, in its simplest terms, is a phenomenon that occurs when children are encouraged by one parent, who we refer to as the favored parent or alienating parent, to unjustifiably reject the other parent, who we refer to as the targeted parent. This phenomena is not only destroying the parent-child relationship, but it is also devastating the church. Because when people are in this type of a situation, a lot of times they get caught in the bitterness and anger that draws them away from God. It is this burden, the love for people to draw closer to God and have strong family relationships, that has influenced Elaine Cobb to expand her current ministry of family access, fighting for children's rights, to include this brand new TV program, Families Divided. Because she believes that when people are hurting, God wants us to be there with his love. But before I go on, and I could, about how wonderful this ministry is and how badly it's needed, today we have with us Elaine Cobb. So I will let you tell the audience yourself, what is Families Divided?
First, I want to thank you, Dr. Murray, for being a huge part of Families Divided and basically being my right hand through all of this. I would be totally lost without you. And I just want to thank you for everything you're doing to help us. Families Divided is a new ministry that is an extension of what we do with Family Access, fighting for children's rights already. It's a ministry where we're reaching out to the religious world, to the Christian world too, as well, of course, and those also in other religions. We have a huge problem within this world of the religious organizations where there isn't an understanding of alienation, and many of your flock, your church members, those that attend your religious organizations, they're dealing with this. You know, some of them are themselves on staff dealing with this. And a lot of people there don't understand, even your church members or religious organization, even your members, they don't get it, you know, and it's painful, it's hurtful, it's destroying. It affects you mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. And to have those people in the church or religious organizations to not understand, even worse, not try to understand what is going on with these families is completely sad and wrong. And what we want to do is to help you to understand, to help you figure out. Of course, you know already this isn't God's will for families at all, period. And also for you to be able to reach out and help your flocks and those that are in the churches or religious organizations, that you'll reach out to your other members and be a help and a comfort to them, so you can understand and be able to be there for them. I get many emails, phone calls from people who have been in the religious world. And I say have, a lot of them have unfortunately left because of how they were treated or no one understood. And they felt like people thought they had done something extremely wrong. And that's why they were going through this. And that is why we've started Families Divided and reaching out to a bigger audience so you can understand. And that's what we want to do. That's our goal.
To educate and inform,
yes,
and support those who are going through this.
Yes, absolutely.
So who are you hoping to reach besides the religious leaders? Who else are you hoping to reach?
Absolutely. We want to reach out to the family members, all of them, the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, whoever. who are experiencing this within their families. Even when the families are, divided, as far as whether you could be sitting in your home right now going through mild alienation and you have no idea. The other partner, your husband, your wife, your partner, whoever, could be pitting those children against you, getting ready to leave and take the kids. That's alienation. And you could be experiencing that and not even realize that's what it is. And we want to help you to realize that, and help that this can be stopped, that you don't have to end up like that. You don't have to be separated or divorced. And those that are divorced or separated, and the children and grandchildren are involved in custody battles or visitation issues, many times those children are being used as pawns and property. That's not fair. They did not ask to be born into this. They did not ask to be in the middle of this. This is not their fault. This is not their problem as far as how it got caused, what you're going to do about it. It shouldn't be on them, but sadly it is on them. They get the biggest brunt of this. They're treated as pawns and property, and that's wrong. And we want that to stop. So we really want to reach out to them. We also know there'll probably be some professionals watching here, not as many as we have on our webinars, but we want them to understand more as well.
Great. So, so the flock and extended family and to professionals that tune in to see, and those that do tune in to see, what is it that they'll be getting? What kind of programs is it? What are the messages?
Yes, we're going to have many things to keep you interested and wanting to come back for more. We have some of the top experts in the world, including Dr. Colleen Murray, who understand this subject and epidemic called alienation. I personally call it a hell on earth. It's the only hell I'll ever know, but it's more than I want to know. But it's terrible. And we have plenty of experts that will be joining us over the year who will be sharing things with you to help you understand. And we will also be having alienated family members who will be sharing with you as well. We'll have lots of different things to help you in understanding more about alienation, giving you education and support. And each week, we've set it up, thank God for Dr. Colleen Murray here. She has set it up where each week, that segment, the next week is an extension off of that and flows right into that as well. So you won't be like, okay, you learned something today and boom, something else starts the next week. It will, but it'll be a gradual process. So it will be much for you to learn. We hope you also have pen and paper, because you really are going to want to take notes. And of course, we'll have it on Wednesday nights, but we're also going to start having it on Sundays as well, beginning January 30th from 1:30 to 2, Wednesday nights 9 to 9:30, and will be available on demand too. So, but still get your pens and paper out. You're going to want to have those. But we are blessed with having many people to help you who are giving of their time freely and to be a part of this for you, because they truly care about this horrible epidemic, and especially they care about your children and grandchildren and you.
Oh, that is wonderful. So it sounds like there'll be a lot to learn, but there'll also be some fun in there and some some interaction between some of the experts and some everyday people that will be sharing their stories, their success stories. So lots to learn, but also a lot of heart in the program also.
Absolutely.
So, as people are listening to this, they're probably wondering, how is it that you even got involved with all of this?
Well, sadly, I myself am an alienated mom and grandmom. My only child, Brian, we have been alienated now for 11 years, and he is alienated from his whole family. And because of that, my granddaughter Dare, who is now 10 and a half, who we have never seen, is also alienated from her whole extended family on her dad's side, her paternal family. And that's what got me involved. She does have access to her mom Kate's family, but she doesn't have access to her dad Brian's. And so, I used to cry every day and be upset and, oh, woe is me, I am undone, and finally one day I was just sitting, in the study, and I'm like, knock it off. You've got to do something more than sit here and cry all day, So I decided I'm going to reach out to people and see what we can do to make a difference. And so I started, Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights in April 2012. And it was just us here in North Carolina, I thought, that we were going to reach out to. And we started our Facebook page. And the next thing I know, I'm getting people from all over the United States contacting me. We started conference calls in August of 2012, and then it extended into webinars. And now we have 42 countries involved with what we do, because
Wow.
People started reaching out to me from all over the world. And I was astounded and saddened by the fact that so many people in other countries are being hit with this horrible epidemic. And so, I realized then we're not even touching what needs to be touched. There's too much more out there. So that's why we decided to move out, because I know the hurt, I know the pain, I know what's wrong. I know our granddaughter Dare has a right to her family, her God-given right, and she's being deprived of that. And there's millions all over the world who's just like that. And so we want to be as much help as we can.
So it sounds like it started out as just you thought you were just going to have a small little support group.
Yeah, basically, I pretty much just thought it was just going to be little old North Carolina, and then all of a sudden people, like I said, just started reaching out. And then the next thing you know, I'm getting private messages and emails from people in even third world countries. One night I was in the middle of the night speaking with someone who worked in a third world country. It was a dad, and he was actually getting suicidal, and so I reached out to Dr. Miller and connected him to him, because of course I'm just an alienated mom and grandmom. I'm not one that works in that field, and I wouldn't even attempt to try to help in that. So, and Dr. Miller, did help. So, but it's people get suicidal over this. People die from this. People take their lives. We've had several this year that I'm aware of who took their lives because they couldn't see their family members. And it's just not right.
So this truly is an epidemic of on a grand scale, as it seems to know. It's no respecter of persons. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or you are a farmer in a third world country.
We have homeless people. It's really amazing. It was like about 5 years ago, we did a big rally here at the legislative building. And, we had homeless people that came that work in the cause that are alienated from their children. And then, we are connected to people who are very wealthy. We've got some that are multi-billionaires even. In our organization, we have people that work with network news correspondents. I have some that are soap opera stars. I wouldn't give any names. I never would. We keep everybody private. But I mean, we've got people, you would be surprised, who are going through this and who are involved in our organization. And it's sad. I mean, and Dr. Murray's correct. This is not a respecter of persons whatsoever. Not at all. So
it really has burdened your heart to help other people and to make sure that they're not where you were on that day when you were sitting in the study.
Yep. Pretty much, I'm fighting for our grandchild, our Dare, and we want her to know how much we love her, how much we long to see her, and I would do anything to see her. And I know there's many other families out there that feel the same way about their loved ones. And so whatever we can do to help in this fight, we want to do everything that we can, because these children and grandchildren, like I keep telling you, they should not be kept from their family.
Sure.
You cannot do this to these kids. It's wrong.
Yeah, and so I think we're just about out of time. Thank you so much for sharing what is obviously very painful, and at the same time for being willing to let God encourage you to start this ministry, to help lift the burden off of other people, to help make a difference and help change, even if that is just simply by being there, to understand and be empathetic about it.
Yes.
And
we have prayer. I'm sorry, Dr. Murray. We have
go ahead.
We have the prayer email for you as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Prayersforfamilies@gmail.com. Please email us if you have prayer requests. Dr. Murray and her husband will pray. Myself and my husband Chester will pray, and know that people will be praying for you every day. So please send us your prayer requests for your families. We would love for you to do that. We want to help and be in.
Sure. Is there other ways that people can get involved if they so desire?
Yes. Through our website listed across the bottom of your screen there. We've got many activities going on all the time. We're very active. We have webinars monthly with the top experts as well. Again, they give us this time free. They don't charge us to do these things. And we've got a conference coming up in May that you've already heard about today, and lots of things coming up. So yeah, please get involved that way. We also are, Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights. We are the ones that are taking care of the financial needs for this ministry here. So we would appreciate if you felt led to, to donate to help with that ministry. We would appreciate that as well. Anything would be helpful. And so thank you.
Sure. And that is a 501c3.
Yes, we are a 501c3 private foundation. We sure are. And therefore you would be able to use it as on your taxes.
Right. And all of the monies that people donate will all go towards producing conferences and this television show, which is completely 100% supported by Family Access. And none of that money goes towards any administrative fees for yourself or.
We don't make a penny. Don't want to, our payment is knowing that we're helping others and seeing the success stories that we see. That's payment enough for us. It's our ministry.
Well, again, thank you so much, Elaine. And I am honored and humbled by the fact that you've asked me to be involved in this wonderful ministry. And I look forward to the years to come that we will have an opportunity to engage like this. And perhaps once the pandemic is over, you and I will actually be in the same place to do an interview together.
We're hoping in May that takes place. So yes,
that's true. And maybe we can do a special segment there.
Mark will be coming, and yes, I think we will. So we're praying that takes place as well. We look forward to it. Thank you again, Dr. Murray, for all you're doing to help. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Parental alienation is sad. When parents can't arrive at a solution amicably, it may be time to seek legal help for the sake of the children involved. In Florida, that's when you should contact Sparkman Law, specializing in litigating and defending complex and severe cases of parental alienation. Contact Shazia Sparkman, founder and managing attorney of Sparkman Law. Learn more at sparkmanlawfirm.com. Often, dealing with the issue of parental alienation can seem like trying to untangle the biggest rope in the world. You don't have to untangle parental alienation alone. The XO Foundation offers help through empowerment, equity, and education. Find out how the XO Foundation can help you by visiting thexofoundation.org. Join us again next week when we explore part 1 of a 2-part series on the basics of alienation. Our guest will be internationally known expert Dr. Stephen Miller. That's next week on Families Divided.